Yo, what up? It's your boy Easy Ice coming to you today with some PvP action. Um, Practicing on these guys right now. These are good opponents to practice on before you get an invader, just because they're quick and they're very strong, like most of your opponents will probably be. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I think Bloodborne just stands the test of time, and the PvP at first seems really simple, but there's more nuances than Dark Souls, where an item or an armor completely changes your build. I think the builds are more focused, but I think there's a lot of longevity left in the PvP. So just kind of making random videos here and there, but I think one thing in PvP is necessary is just understanding viscerals and how powerful they are and how to execute them and counter against them. They're not quite to the level of OP-ness of Dark Souls 1 backstabs, but they're very powerful, and a skill build, which is already a top tier PvP build, can one-shot you even with max health. So it's definitely something to be wary of. And really, there's two dedicated areas. There's probably most but the Nightmare Frontier and then Nightmare Mensis Middle, where you've faced a lot of good players. I'd say Mensis here is probably more like what you call a try-hard, like like a Japanese meta player that, the trench coat, the saw, the pistol, parry spams a little bit. So you got to just be understand where the meta's at, right? Like where a powerful build that requires probably less effort than a more unique build that is a little more difficult to use. So I would say that be wary of the Saw Spear, Saw Cleaver, Beast Hunter Safe, and Pistol, or even an Evelyn. That's even more dangerous. So a skill Blood Tinge build is probably the top PvP build. So you just got to understand where that benchmark is, and then realize kind of like Ryu in Street Fighter, right? Like Ryu's really powerful and a lot of people use him, so you have to develop counters to that. And there's just each build and weapon has its own way of dealing with it, some better than others. But I actually like the Amy arm for the strength build because it has a ton of hyper armor and it's a little bit slower, so it's not common, so people aren't really used to the timing of the parry. So I don't get parried as much with this weapon. But the transform mode is just excellent in PvP, really, because it's one-handed. It's a long whip, and what you could see earlier fighting those shadows is it builds up beast meter really quickly, just surprisingly quickly. So it's a weapon I like to use against those types of players, against what you consider like the PvP meta. Another important thing with PvP, no doubt, is just understanding kind of the overall matchup scheme, like how weapons fight against other weapons, against certain armors. Just in time you start seeing the different outfits, and you're like, oh, I know this is weak to this and strong against this. And this outfit right now is probably a good mix of style and substance as far as physical defense. It's terrible with elemental defense, it's just awful, but it looks great on this beast type character, and also it has really high beasthood and high physical defense, so it just makes sense. It's good for PvP. So here we get this guy, he's the whirligig, and looks like there's some crazy amalgam of clothes there. So just shoot off a shot to kind of let him know I'm here, and I'm not afraid to spam a little bit. But yeah, he's just dodging to the left, right? I mean, nothing too special here. Here we go to the Amy arm hyper armor, which is just seriously nasty. But I figure he's just gonna try to attack and turn, so I get a visceral. And there we go with that right there, the powerful visceral. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care.